80 degrees, the sun is shining, and this makes the perfect backdrop for this year's Final Four, where a national champion will be crowned tomorrow. But before that, here at Grand Canyon University, the best seniors in the country are gearing up for the Women's College All-Star Game. At Global Credit Union Arena with the former All-American and WNBA draftee, Ann O'Neill, I'm Kelsey Casper. And Ann, what a stage these seniors have this afternoon, seniors who want to play at the next level.
Well, what an opportunity for these college seniors to cap off their career being an all-star and playing in front of all of these WNBA scouts. That's what their goal is to get to the next level.
And this game continues to prove its importance in its third year now. Out of all the athletes who have played in this game, just about 50% of them have been drafted or signed to WNBA teams. You're getting a look at the 2024 All-Star Game in Cleveland, where we saw 4 WNBA draft picks and 3 free agent signings.
Well, Kelsey, to your point, it's just so impressive that over 50% of these All-Stars get to play at the next level, and that was 2025. You're seeing Lucy Olson from Iowa, she playing for the Washington Mystics. And then you see Michaela Timpson out of Florida State now playing for the Indiana Fever. A lot of these players, they also play in the WNBL, which is Australia's professional league, and also all throughout Europe. So what an opportunity they can capitalize on here tonight.
So overall, out of all 46 players who have played in this All-Star game, 11 draft picks, 11 free agent signings, and how about that, 1 WNBA champion in Jalen Sherrod. All right, but now it's time for this next class to shine. For Team Lieberman, a player to watch, Jess Timmons out of Alabama.
Well, one of the best guards in the SEC. She led the Crimson Tide to the round of 32. She's dynamic, quick off the bounce, can get to the rim, but can also hit those logo threes. We saw a few of them yesterday.
We certainly did, and this is the full roster for Team Lieberman. They will be the away team in the red jerseys this afternoon. And on the other side, representing Maryland, our player to watch for Team Miller is Yarding Garzone.
Well, one of the best three-point shooters in the entire nation. She hit 88 threes this year. She has the size and versatility to score, rebound, and defend. A player who really can do it all.
And you're getting a look at Team Miller. They'll be in the white jerseys today as the home team. And speaking of coaches, there's our legendary head coaches, 2 Hall of Famers, Nancy Lieberman and Cheryl Miller, and both of them returning to coach for a 3rd straight year.
Kelsey, yesterday we had the opportunity to talk with Cheryl Miller and also Ann Myers, who's in the Hall of Fame as well, and an assistant coach. Gosh, weren't they so fun to talk to and hype up this game?
They love giving their knowledge, giving their time back to the next generation of players. As we take a look at today's starting lineups, brought to you by Gila River Resorts and Casinos. For Team Lieberman, Destiny McFall, Chance Gray, Jackalanga, Wenentanda, Christine Owala, and Bella Fauntleroy are the starting 5 in red. And on the other side, for Team Miller, Nicea Pryor, Kara Dunn, Micah Gray, Dariana Littlepage Buggs, and Amaya Joyner. They will be in white for Team Miller. And Ann, we were here at this game last year. So exciting, high intensity right from the jump. We got to see a little bit of these players yesterday in the Combine. What are you most looking forward to seeing right away from these teams?
Well, just their intensity and their focus, and also their good vibes that they brought during those scrimmages and the Combine. There's a way to be super locked in and also super light and enjoying the moment, and that's what I saw yesterday in those scrimmages, and I think we'll see here tonight in the All-Star Game.
Fans are trickling in to Global Credit Union Arena. We got the GCU band in the stands, pumping everyone up in here.
They're still dancing over there, so they're getting everybody ready like it's a regular GCU game. The Lopes, as they're known here.
The vibes are high, and we are ready to go. 2026 Lilly Women's College All-Star Game, and hold up, we'll do this one again.
It's an All-Star game. We got to get the jump right.
And we're off and ready to roll. Team Miller winning the opening tip. Here's Nicea Pryor. Player out of Texas A&M, spent 3 seasons with Sacred Heart. She'll be the point guard for Team Miller today. Here's Micah Gray. One of the 3-point shooting threats we'll see across both teams today. Nearly a turnover for Team Lieberman. Less than 10 to go on the shot clock. Pryor kicks it out to the corner. Pryor's gonna have to hoist this one up. Long arcing 3 off the top of the backboard. And it's gonna be a shot clock violation on the first possession from Team Miller.
One of the things that we saw a lot in the scrimmages yesterday was the intensity on defense. Everyone here was playing in the gaps, helping out their teammates. So to have a shot clock violation at the beginning, that's just because these players are locked in. They know at the pro level, you have to focus on defense first.
First 3 attempts from Fauntleroy at the front of the rim. Tanda with the offensive rebound. Here's Owala. She'll take one again. Fauntleroy leaves it short. Amaya Joyner out of LSU with the rebound. Here comes Pryor and Team Miller. Micah Gray will let it rip. Joyner, good hustle, tracks down the offensive board. The threes are falling here early.
Well, they're taking them. Eventually, they're going to fall down. But what I like to see is that hustle play by Joyner on the other side for those offensive rebounds, now a defensive rebound.
We saw her aggressiveness yesterday in the combine. Joyner out of LSU, played 3 seasons at East Carolina. She came into her last season with the Tigers with 41 career double-doubles.
Yeah, she was just such a huge impact player for LSU. Really brought size and quickness and that aggressive play that you're seeing trying to get to the rim.
We also saw a couple of those. Tanda showing off her length with the block.
So you kind of expect this a little bit of nerves. There's a lot of fans here today. They know WNBA scouts are in the stands, but that's what they need. Some high percentage look for Dariana Littlepage Bugs.
First bucket of the game goes to Team Miller off the hand of Littlepage Bugs out of Baylor. Averaged a double-double for the 2nd straight season.
And that's why.
She grabs a rebound, jump ball. This one's heading the other way.
Well, nice fast break. They're going to be doing this a lot in transition, but you're getting a look at Dariana Littlepage Bugs at Baylor. She stayed there 4 years, averaged a double-double, the only player in the Big 12 Conference to average 10 and 10. She just always knows that where she can get her opportunity is off the glass in the middle of the thing. Great player there under Nikki Cowan at Baylor.
Officials today, Kim Hobbs, Laura Naimira, and Nicole Leon. 10 seconds on the shot clock, cross-court pass, extra dribble. That went off the mark, and it's staying here. That foul's gonna be called on Team Lieberman's Destiny McFall. Her first team first. Littlepage Bugs had the first 2, and she's got the next 2 for a lead for Team Miller.
She's just one of those players, so she usually played that 4 position at Baylor, but in the WNBA, what she's going to be looking at is maybe moving out more to that 3 position. So she's going to continue to increase her range, especially from behind the arc.
Team Lieberman still looking for their first points. Here's Owala, and she'll draw the foul here.
This is what she can do. She can put the ball on the floor, and I love that kind of play because when you get to the pro levels, you can only have 1 or 2 quick dribbles, be able to stop on a dime and rise up for that finish. On the other end, Kelsey, we had some SEC action right there between Ole Miss and LSU. Owala and Joyner going at it. So we're very familiar with each other.
I'm sure a lot of these players are familiar with each other, not only in their senior year, but the transfer portal, several different stops for a lot of these young players. As Owala gets the first points for Team Lieberman, 4-2 the lead here in the Lilly Women's College All-Star Game. In addition to having 2 Hall of Fame coaches on both of the stats, there's also some current WNBA players as well. Kalea Copper from the Phoenix Mercury on Team Lieberman has done less at rip. And on the other side for Team Miller, Marina Mabry, who actually is now on Toronto Tempo as of yesterday as Owala goes to work in the paint.
Well, that was such a nice pass. We're going to have to take another look at that. Excellent with the spin on the pass. But I love what you were talking about with the extra WNBA players that are on the coaching staffs. What an opportunity for our All-Stars to be able to get mentored by the WNBA players. So on the other end, just look at this nice pass by Tanda, wrapped it around, and the finish off the glass for Owala. She shot 60% from the field this year at Ole Miss. So if you get her the basketball, she's gonna score a bucket.
And that mark is the 3rd best in program history at at Ole Miss, also led the team in rebounds. She hands it off to Chance Gray here out of Ohio State, and she knocks down the mid-range.
See, a couple minutes in, they're starting to feel the vibes a little bit.
And a lot of these players just met each other for the first time 2 days ago. They had some great activities before the events and then the combine yesterday, including practice. And there's a whistle. 1,000 to go on Tanda. And first subs are going to check in for Team Miller.
You see Chance off the bounce again. A nice little handoff, 2 dribbles in the middle of the lane. She's a 3-level scorer. She can also score from that 3-point line. So a lot of players try to run her off the 3-point line. That's when she's been elevating her game off that mid-range game. On the other side where that foul was, Kelsey, that was Dunn, who cut to the basket once the play and the ball had stopped. And she loves to move without the basketball. She was so successful at USC with that extra player movement.
Both teams clearing their benches. We got some new players in. We'll make sure to give you those. But Team Lieberman right now on a 6-0 run. Here's Ledeen in white. Out of Washington. Pryor still on the floor for Team Miller. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Ledeen finds Kyle inside. She gets it off but can't connect. Timmons pushing the pace. Transition 3. She knocks it down.
All right, Timmons. She is not afraid of those logo threes. We highlighted her in the beginning of the Open because she can have that range. What a player from Alabama.
And how about Garzone on the other side? Nicastro fighting for the offensive rebound. And it will be knocked out of bounds. So first time out on the floor. Nice run from Team Lieberman. They got a 9-4 advantage, and it's Timmons who knocks down the 3. The Women's National Championship game is tomorrow afternoon, 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific on ABC. South Carolina takes on UCLA. Our pregame special gets it all started at 2:30 Eastern, 11:30 a.m. Pacific, plus a special courtside presentation on ESPN and the ESPN app. Kelsey Casper and Ann O'Neill with you for the 2026 Lilly Women's College All-Star Game. 9-4 lead for Team Lieberman. They're on a 9-0 run right now, Ann.
Hey, they really started to feel the vibes after the first 5 minutes, just tried to get into a little bit of flow, but look at the defense from Elliott.
On the other end, Gabby Elliott couldn't finish near the rim. No whistle there. And you mentioned we saw some great defense yesterday in the combine. Garzone in and out from 3.
Yeah, the defense and the gaps were huge. They were playing with that intensity, really helping out one another. But again, now there's time to also showcase your offensive skills, your playmaking ability. Great 2-man action between Maupin.
And it's Brooklyn Meyer finishing through the contact.
Meyer, yes.
Brooklyn Meyer, the 2026 Becky Hammond Mid-Major Player of the Year out of South Dakota State. And firing from deep, in and out for Micah Gray.
Well, I loved our conversation with Brooklyn Meyer, how her teammates surprised her when she actually got that award. And another nice play from Team Lieberman. They're really moving the ball well.
Nyla Harris finishing underneath, connecting well on offense right now as they take a 13-4 lead. A couple of Team Miller shots have really just been in and out.
Yes, halfway down.
Ledeen, she was hot yesterday, she's hot today. She knocks down the triple.
She's out of Washington. What a great story from Ledeen from the San Francisco area. As she gets the rebound, she's from the Tenderloin district, gives back a lot there, but really always tries to keep her eyes on what she can do next with the basketball.
Pushes ahead.
Oh, that was great timing, wasn't that?
Yeah.
Right on the fast break.
Rashea Kyle, her first points. The leading scorer for the Hurricanes this past season at Miami. Started at Purdue, played 3 seasons at Florida. Harris from deep. Now the shots are just falling here in the All-Star game.
Yeah, and Harris, she actually doesn't shoot the 3 too much in college when she was at UNC. But that's one of those areas of the game that she wanted to grow in, was behind the arc. I love that kind of confidence. Come in the All-Star game and shoot that one down.
Guess how many 3s she made this season?
2. I knew she only shot 15, so exactly. So that's what you start to do as she also gets the defensive steal.
Pushes ahead. Timmons. Fast break points for Team Lieberman. 18-9 the advantage, and Cheryl Miller wants a timeout.
Timeout called by Team Miller.
Look at the smiles. Love to see that. The team, you look at the teamwork, they've been able to create that chemistry in such a short amount of time. Here's Ladine with a nice three-point shot. She hit a bunch of them yesterday in our scrimmages. And on the other side, you had the steal, lay-in by Timmons on the way. What I also love that you didn't get to see was Elliott actually stood in front of the defender who was trying to chase her down. So just a smart, high basketball IQ play.
Right now, Team Lieberman shooting 50% from the field. They've knocked down 2 threes. Team Miller, on the other hand, have struggled a little bit offensively, only shooting 26% right now. What do you think Cheryl Miller is coaching up these players, trying to get their offense going?
Yeah, really what I would be saying is just settle in. And look at this nice pass. You got Timmons to Harris, and that's just a nice little pick and pop. You're going to see that a lot in the WNBA. It's not always just pick and roll and back to the basket. A lot of players can play all 5 positions, as we've seen. You've covered the Indiana Fever as well, and I get to cover the Las Vegas Aces, so we see up hand and what it looks like with that intensity and that versatility that you need to play at the pro level.
And Pryor straight to the rim, but too strong. And this one's heading the other way. You know, we talked a lot about it yesterday in the Combine, what these players and what skills they need to play at the next level, and you mentioned being a really versatile player and knowing how to fill in your role.
Yes, and then the Combine, so they got measurements. They were doing a vertical jump. They were doing lateral movements, everything timed. Because, again, one of the keys to playing in the WNBA is your versatility, how quick you are, how much you can help, that high basketball IQ. And sometimes it's not always about scoring. It's about how you can be a great teammate and space the floor and do the little things that really matter.
Timmons 3 off the mark. Here comes Pryor. 18-9, Team Lieberman advantage.
Look at that mismatch. See, that's where it's, can you guard all 5 positions? Nice trap.
Briarman trying to get out of the double team, and she does. Excuse me, Joyner. Here's Brooklyn Meyer spinning, and she's stripped. Little Paige Bugs on the move.
And this is where these teams want to play, is out in transition, get out and up and down the court. They can get a defensive board just like that.
Kara Dunn out of USC. The Georgia native played 3 seasons at Georgia Tech, first team, all ACC. And Timmons again. Offensive rebound pulled down by Elliott. Gabby Elliott, a player who played not too far from here at Arizona State. Timmons to Maupin. Joyner gets the rebound. Out in the corner. Gray's 3-point attempt, no good.
A lot of rim running out here by the bigs. They're getting the defensive boards, going down, trying to get the offensive boards. Great back and forth work.
Brooklyn Meyer sprays it to Maupin. She gets the offensive rebound. But Meyer loses control. Another turnover for Lieberman. And this one out of bounds. It'll be to Miller ball.
Well, you're seeing it here. Look at the footwork by Joyner. Look at how great that is. Her hands, her knowledge of the game. That's just 2 quick dribbles and making a nice move between the double team. And then you see Dunn. She's a 3-level scorer. She can shoot the 3. She can play her back to the basket. She can also hit that mid-range shot. She was a lot of fun to watch in the Big Ten at USC this year.
And Maupin stepped on the baseline. It'll be Team Miller ball. Bailey Maupin out of Texas Tech. Leading scorer for the Red Raiders this season, averaging 15 points per game.
Yeah, she was an important, integral piece to Texas Tech's success this year, where they got to the NCAA tournament. She played 4 years there under Krista Gerlich. What a great way of getting them back into the college scene.
10 seconds to play in this opening quarter. Pryor trying to get something going offensively for Miller. 5 seconds to pass to Dunn. Little Paige Bugs right at the buzzer. Able to put it back in for Team Miller.
A little Paige Bugs, she has been all around the basketball, but what a first quarter in the books. We got an inside game by Awala going down, and then we've got a couple of 3-pointers. The rims are starting to go down. We're on fire here in Phoenix for the Lilly Women's College All-Star Game.
UFL Week 2 schedule rolls on tonight at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on ESPN and the ESPN app with the 1-0 Storm taking on the Kings. We're looking for their first ever UFL win. And tomorrow on NFL Network, the 1-0 Stallions square off against the 0-1 Gamblers in Houston at 6 Eastern, 5 Central. And look who's here. Front row seat for the legend Diana Taurasi, 3-time WNBA champion in attendance to watch these All-Stars square off.
Well, we're back in her hometown here in Phoenix, where she played for the Mercury, won 3 WNBA championships, like you mentioned. Also had 3 college championships at UConn. She's probably a little bummed about that game last night.
Had to be. UConn falling to South Carolina on the other end. McFall with the nice drive, lays it in for 2. It's a now 4-point advantage for Team Lieberman. We got a bunch of WNBA players and legends in attendance here at Grand Canyon as Pryor lines up a 3 and she knocks it down.
She has excellent touch, and that was like a rainbow drop into the middle of the rim. My goodness, how she's able to finish that plays off and shoot above higher and taller players.
Some mid-major opponents going at it in the paint. Brooklyn Meyer draws the foul and she'll head to the free throw line. But look at this, right at the top of the key.
Yeah, you can't go underneath the screen on her because she is just too dangerous. She reads space so well. That's what you have to do when you are a smaller in size and stature, is you have to learn how to read space and create your own opportunities. So if you go under the screen, she's going to hit that knockdown. I mean, she averaged 16 points a game for the Aggies in the SEC.
And it's Brooklyn Meyer at the line. South Dakota State Mid-Major Player of the Year, 22 points per game. That was the 2nd highest mark in program history. Spent all 4 seasons playing for the Jackrabbits.
Yeah, they call her like a Brianna Stewart, okay? They won 4 straight tournament championships to be able to get into the NCAA tournament. She is a legend at South Dakota State.
Little Peach Bugs over Harris for 2.
Hey, she's hooping out here today. Must be because also Coach Nikki Collin from Baylor we saw on the baseline a little earlier.
Yeah, one of the best parts is so many of these college coaches are here to cheer on their former players now.
So also you're impressing your college coach, but you also know there's all these WNBA scouts here. But again, Pryor creating something off the bounce. Dariana Littlepage Bugs, 1 dribble pull-up. I can't tell you how clutch that kind of play is when you get to the pro level. You don't have much space or time. Now she's going to try her hand at a 3.
Yeah, Pryor and Littlepage Bugs have been getting it done for Team Miller in this quarter. Pryor with 8 points in the second so far. It's a 1-point game. Bailey Maupin on the drive, blowing past the defense. And why not put it in the hand of Littlepage Bugs? She is bumped and loses control out of bounds.
Yeah, this second quarter has been back and forth. They still have the intensity on defense, but they're starting to make quicker reads. And Kelsey, I think that's one of the huge things that you want to elevate your game at the next level, is making quick reads. You don't want to hold the basketball and wait for the defense to shift. You want to shift the defense yourself. Get that ball and make a move. And
one of the things a lot of players say in their rookie seasons is just how fast the game is and how big of an adjustment it is.
How fast and physical. There's that jump from high school to college, but college to the WNBA is literally another level.
Well, look at that. Gabby Elliott knocking down the jumper for Team Lieberman. Her coach in attendance.
Coach Molly Miller. She actually coached here at GCU and then at Arizona State, had 24 wins as a first-year head coach at Arizona State. And what an incredible team that she built with the Sun Devils. And you see Elliott, this is a 6th-year player in college. You see that knee brace? She actually had 2 torn ACLs throughout her college career and finished it off at Arizona State and really was the main catalyst to help them propel them into the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, she's at 60% for the Sun Devils this season.
That's amazing. And just to be able to come off of 2 ACL surgeries and still perform at an elite level.
Miles' shot is wide. 5-point lead for Team Lieberman with about 2 minutes to play before the half. Maupin making moves, and she's fouled and shoot 2. Couple subs come back in for both sides. as Bailey Maupin will head to the free throw line. 5'10" senior.
Well, Bailey Maupin, again, we mentioned it briefly earlier just about what she's been able to do at Texas Tech, but she only grew up 3.5 hours from Texas Tech and Lubbock, Texas, and actually grew up on a farm. So she was a farm kid, and she always says, I actually learned all my grit growing up on the farm, and you can see that, how much she can play with the basketball against taller or quicker players. She really can create off the dribble, but I love that. Again, staying in West Texas and growing up a Raider fan her whole life.
Yeah, we talked to her yesterday. She said, my grandparents went to Texas Tech, my parents went to Texas Tech. It was almost destined that I had to go to Texas Tech and also be one of the best basketball players in Texas Tech history.
History of it.
Well, just under 2 minutes to play. Team Lieberman outscoring Team Miller 18-14 in the second quarter. And they lead by 7 here. The defense relentless from Team Lieberman. Elliott on the other end. Can't get the transition opportunity. Team Miller looking to snap a Lieberman 6-0 run. And how about a Yardinger zone attempt from the outside? And Joyner is going to head to the free throw line.
Number 43, first personal, second team foul. In for Team Lieberman, number 34. Jacqueline, 1 in time. Amaya Joyner to shoot 2.
So here's Amaya Joyner, 6'2" forward from Farmville, North Carolina. Played her last season at LSU with the Tigers.
And one of the things that she really wanted to improve on was her free throws as she knocks one down. And watching a few of her press conferences when she would have great games for LSU, and Coach Kim Mulkey would say she hates press conferences. She doesn't want to talk. So there's not a ton of stories that she wants to talk about. She is very quiet, but her game is very loud.
The game speaks for herself.
Yes, exactly.
And a minute to play in this first half of the All-Star game. Owala.
That was explosive.
Yeah.
1 minute remaining in the second quarter.
Gray in trouble, and she gives it away. But look at this. Dunn able to strip it.
4-on-1, how can they capitalize?
Fadeaway jumper, and she gets it to go.
Nice finish by Dunn. Another great touch around the basket. I love that she has the capability of playing back to the basket, but also has really worked on that second and third level scoring opportunities.
McFall from deep, and she hits the straightaway 3.
Well, the lefty from Mississippi State, she's a Bulldog through and through for Coach Sam Purcell. Really helped lead that Bulldog program this year.
That one's blocked by Fauntleroy.
Tough defense by Fauntleroy. They say she can be a 3-and-D player at the next level. 9 seconds to go here, Kelsey.
Here's McFall looking to hang on for the last shot, but Nancy Lieberman screaming for a timeout.
Timeout called by Team Lieberman.
So with just a few seconds left, Lieberman gets a timeout.
Nice read for McFall. Again, defense goes under that handoff. You just want to step back and drain that 3. McFall, one of the best 3-point shooters for Coach Sam Purcell. And you and I were talking to him earlier. He's underneath the basket.
Here. Catch here, dribble right here, get as wide as you can, dribble right at her, backdoor, okay? Get as wide as you can, okay? On the 5, make sure you get a catch in a good position. Dribble handoff, backdoor. Everybody got it?
Make sure that pass is not here. That pass is like right here. Yeah. Go to half court.
Hey, here's the deal. On the catch, we got 6 seconds, okay? So right into it. Right into it.
Hey, really set this cut up. Really set it up. Let it come up.
We know.
You're getting an inside look at the Team Lieberman huddle. You're listening to TJ Klein. That's actually Nancy Lieberman's son, who's a professional basketball player in Israel. You also heard Kalia Copper, WNBA player for the Phoenix Mercury. Got a lot of great basketball minds in that huddle.
Well, I was just going to say, who says this is an all-star game? This literally feels like a Final Four game that we watched yesterday. taking the timeout. Got 6 seconds on the clock. See what they were able to draw up for shooters on the floor. Again, McFall just hit one for Team Lieberman. Number 11 in red. Looks like they're taking care of a little water over there on the bench.
6 seconds left. Cheryl Miller taking care of business on the sidelines. And everyone enjoying their time here in the first half of the College All-Star Game. And it looks like we are ready to roll. So 6 seconds left. We'll see if Team Lieberman can end this second quarter strong as it goes off the foot of Ladim.
So for Team Lieberman and red, you've got McFall and Gray in this back corner, two of the best shooters, three-point shooters, and Awala getting to the rim.
But Awala gives it right back to Pryor. 3 seconds left. Pryor at the buzzer. Off the front of the rim. Pryor looking for that buzzer beater to end this first half. But it's Team Lieberman with the lead at the halftime break. All the stars are out in Phoenix. The seniors from across the country showing out as Team Lieberman is up 39-32 at the halftime break of the 2026 Lilly Women's College All-Star Game. More to come at halftime coming up. Women's College All-Star Game. Let's bring it back. One of the players who was stellar in that first half, Nasia Pryor with 8 points.
She just lit it up. She has a first gear and then a 100th gear, and that's how she can turn you on and get you downhill, but she also can shoot that three. And then on the inside, we have some great play by the Ole Miss, Christine Iwala. She has great footwork and hands. She makes quick decisions in the post. That's a player who can really get to the next level.
Iwala with 6 points in that first half. And take a look at the Skechers game summary brought to you by Skechers.
You know what stands out to me, Kelsey, would be the three-point shooting, and that's kind of what you expect in an All-Star game. It just takes a little bit to get a little bit more in a rhythm. I see them coming out of halftime and knocking a few more of those down.
Another number that kind of jumps out to me here, points in the paint. Team Lieberman has the edge there.
Yeah, great job getting downhill, some offensive rebounds there too.
Well, this is year 3 of the event. Let's take it right back to 2024. You're looking at Unique Drake. She was the MVP of this All-Star Game. It was in Cleveland at Cleveland State. And Aisha Fair actually had the game-winning bucket in this game, but it was Drake who was named MVP. She was the star in that game.
Look at those moves, and again, great defense leading to great offense. She's actually playing over in Switzerland.
And how about this from last year in Tampa? Diamond Johnson out of Norfolk State. She not only was the MVP, she also hit the game winner.
Yes, she was a 5'3" player. Again, able to create great space, stop on a dime, and she actually signed with a team out of China in the off season. So great to see her continuing her pro career.
Just one of the many players who has signed professional contracts. And as a reminder, we talked about this at the beginning of the broadcast, but of the 46 players who have participated, 11 have been WNBA draft picks, 11 have been free agent signings, and then of course we got to mention the WNBA champion in Jalen Shiraz. So it just proves that these players can make it at the next level.
And we mentioned this at the beginning of tip-off, but it's always worth mentioning again that not only are they playing in the WNBA, we had a couple players in Unrivaled, the WNBL, all throughout the Euro League. I mean, they are being able to get great opportunities to play pro.
Well, here we go. Second half action at the Lilly Women's College All-Star Game in Phoenix. 39-32, 7-point game, and Maupin wastes no time. How about that?
You can't even blink once that ball came in.
Okay, Bailey Maupin.
4th all-time in the Lady Raiders on three-point makes.
And it's now a 10-point lead for Team Lieberman. Castro on the move, fading away, and she knocks down the jumper.
Yeah, I love that play. Good curl screen. Reading just that she had just enough space to get that 10-footer off.
24 points per game for Nicastro at Western Illinois last year. Woo! And on the move, straight to the rim, Bella Fauntleroy.
And that is exactly what it looks like. Quick decision, get the ball and go. You either pass, drive, or shoot it. And right there, that was a drive by Bella Fauntleroy. That's how she got in front of the defense.
Man, these players came out of the locker room ready to go. And Castro underneath, gonna kick it back out. Little Paige Buggs also great in that first half. She had 8 points. Less than 10 on the shot clock. Pryor resets.
Pryor with the ball in a mismatch.
Oh, look at those moves. But unable to get a shot off, and it's Lieberman.
Almost ran it. Look at, if you missed the halftime, better watch out, because Bailey Maupin's going to hit those knockdowns. Later Raider fans are happy with that. And then Nicastro on the other side from Western Illinois. And then that was Baylor Bear on Baylor Bear right there. Bella Fauntleroy taken down. Dariana Little Paige Buggs. They played together for 4 years under Nikki Collins.
And there's Owala now up to 8 points.
And you can see the success that she had at Ole Miss under Coach Yo. It's such a great program. They talk about defense and disruption there, but she also has some offensive moves.
That one broken up. Maupin on the other end. In to start this second half.
Nice
cut. The cut! But unable to finish near the rim was Harris. And some miscommunication on the other end. Turnover by Team Miller.
And that's what really worked, Kelsey, in that second quarter, is there started to be more movement. So what the WNBA coaches and scouts will talk about a lot is player movement. So you have to move without the basketball, make cuts and screens, because then it's going to get the second and third option open, moving the ball from one side of the floor to the other.
Timmons, baseline, it's going to go.
Or you just hit that mid-range J like Timmons has been showing us for 3-level scoring ability.
And a timeout on the court. 9-2 run for Team Lieberman to open up this second half.
Fans, John McClendon was a true torch bearer.
Beautiful day on the campus of Grand Canyon University. In the third quarter, it's Team Lieberman up 48-34 over Team Miller. And how about this last shot coming off the hand of Timmons, who is a little influencer on the side of this whole basketball game.
And what I like to say is she's not just a shot creator, she's also creating a lot of good content out there. For Jess Timmons, she actually tore her ACL a year ago, had to sit on the bench and work with Coach Kelly Curry in the coaching aspect, and then really had a breakout senior year this year.
She's up to 9 points in this game. Team Miller looking to get back into it. What can they improve on here?
Yeah, just the ball movement, and that was one of the things that Team Lieberman really did well, is they started playing with a lot of pace in the offense, just like right there. Quick decisions and moving up the floor.
Several attempts, and it ends with an and one. Nyla Harris with an opportunity for a three-point play.
Yes, they're just playing with a lot of pace on offense, starting to play a little with a freedom about them and the good vibes. I love a good chest bump underneath the basket, Kelsey.
Yeah, I love the relationships and friendships they've been able to build through this opportunity. They've been able to hang out for the last few days together.
And since Harris just got that in one, it's important to say that 45% of her rebounds this year at North Carolina were offensive rebounds. And that is a stat that can really make a difference getting into the WNBA.
Pryor able to get it to Little Paige Buggs, but can't finish. But Pryor never gives up.
Yeah, she's always going to hang around the basketball.
This one's going to stay with Team Lieberman. Only 2 points for Team Miller in the second half so far, compared to 11 from Team Lieberman. A couple subs come in. Off the inbound in the corner, Fauntleroy's three is off the mark.
For Team Miller, you just had a couple of subs in. Yarden Corazon with the ball right now, based out of Maryland. One of the best three-point shooters you can ask for, but she's also a three-level scorer. Ladine also came into the game out of Washington, and those are two three-point shooters, so they're going to be able to space the floor out a little bit.
Less than 10 on the shot clock. Ladine, little
Nice
Paige
move.
Boggs, little fake, straight to the rim.
See, what I love is her decision making. She's making great, quick decisions, and one dribble in the middle of the lane that gets you downhill before the defense can come over and try to dig it out.
Maupin started this half with a 3. Timmons fakes from behind the arc, and her 2 doesn't go. Carazone feeds inside. Kyle well defended. And a turnover here. Up ahead, Fauntleroy, extra pass, make it one more!
What an unselfish play in an all-star game. Back and forth, give and go to each other.
52-36, the Team Lieberman lead. Pryor, unbalanced, gets that one to fall. Points for little Paige Boggs.
Look at what she's able to do right there. Just a little shift and gets downhill. And look at who she has been learning from during her 4 years at Baylor. None other than the All-Stars Brittany Griner and Sophia Young. I love that. She had over 1,000 rebounds. And one of the things that stood out to me the most when you look at the Baylor Bears is that almost every other player was 6'4" and taller, like Sophia Young and Brittany Griner. But at 6'1", that's just the passion and dedication that little Paige Boggs has to going and finding the basketball.
3 is short from Elliott. And speaking of little Paige Boggs, she leads the transition, and it ends with a 3 from Micah Gray.
Give her the assist, too, and that was a nice little Big 12 to Big 12 play from Baylor to Oklahoma State with Micah Gray.
Started every game for the Cowgirls this season, and Ladine able to get her hands on it. Under 5 to play in this third quarter.
Oh, what a move.
Ladine, spin cycle.
Oh, the setup on that was so sick from the three-point line. We gotta check that out.
Here's Destiny McFall out of Mississippi State. Brooklyn Meyer turnaround jumper. And little Paige Boggs gets the rebound and a foul on Wenentanda.
Well, we just had some highlights out here. Micah Gray, one of the best three-point shooters. She's hit 93 on the season. And look at Ladine. I want you to watch this hesitation. Just gave a little her back and then the finish against the taller player. And wow, this All-Star game is giving us some All-Star highlights.
We talked about Bailey Maupin's Texas roots, and get a load of these pictures from growing up in the Lone Star State.
Oh, it looks like she's always been a Lady Raider. They call her the homegrown hero. And that farm that you see right there, that's been in her family for over 100 years. And there you're getting a look at Krista Gerlich, the head coach at Texas Tech, who also won a national championship in 1993 as a player at Texas Tech. And she recruited Bailey Maupin in the 7th grade, and they're like, hey, there's a player you need to know about that lives 3.5 hours here away from Lubbock. And what an incredible story. Stayed for all 4 years playing under Coach Gerlich. And I got to talk to Bailey this morning, and I asked, hey, did your parents make it to any of your games? She goes, every single one of them. Wiley and Julie would drive that 3.5 hours there and back to watch Bailey play.
Incredible story as McFall puts it in for 2. And Maupin in this game has 9 points, including that three-point shot that got us started here in the second half. Well, Ladine on the other end, step back too strong. Chance Gray gets the rebound. McFall was looking for Elliott, but that one rolls out of bounds. It'll be Team Miller basketball.
Team Miller, number 10, Nasira Pryor.
Pryor's gonna check back in. The point guard for Team Miller. She's up to 10 points. Her and little Paige Boggs. The lead scorers in this matchup so far with 10 apiece. Under 4 to play in this third quarter.
Look at this defense out here by Team Lieberman, extending all the way out to half court.
Joyner moving through the paint, and 1 for Amaya Joyner.
Well, we have seen some great spin cycles out here from Team Lieberman. First it was Ladine and then Joyner. She's out on the three-point line, showing you her handles and the nice spin. First it was the spin with the body, and look at the spin on the basketball to get it down the hoop in the end one.
Free throw no good, but here comes Pryor. Trapped down low. Able to get it back out and set it up. So off the missed free throw, here's Team Miller with an opportunity to cut into this lead. And away from the ball, a foul.
Tough defense in there by Meyer and Joyner going at it in the middle of the inside. I think for Team Miller to chip away a little bit at this lead is run a few more of those ball screens and handoffs. It was getting Team Lieberman into some rotations. That's where they were able to find the gaps and get into the rim.
They get it into Joyner. Little Paige Bugs. Couple dribbles, she pulls off. That one's wide, but it will stay Team Miller basketball with 9 seconds on the shot clock.
Nine seconds, look for Dunn. She can create off the dribble. She's got the basketball right there.
Picks it up, dumps it down to Garzone, 3 seconds.
Nice cut.
Oh, what a pass! The feed from Garzone, the finish for Joyner for 2.
I liked everything about that play. The inbounds from Garzone coming right back into the game, and then the cut by Joyner. That's how you get action to happen on the offensive end, is that player movement.
Elliott in the paint, puts it in. Great vision from Garzone on that feed to Joyner on their last possession. She takes it straight to the cup here.
So tough. You can almost feel it in her energy that she's in the game. It was like, I'm going to start taking this on myself a little bit to try to cut away at this lead. I like it. With the ball in her hand, she's so versatile as a tall guard who can shoot, that she can make things happen.
I'm feeling a Team Miller comeback brewing. 7-point game with just over 2 minutes to play in the third. Tanda kicks it back out. Less than 5 on the shot clock.
Nice pass.
From 3, Tanda off the back of the rim. Pryor to Joyner.
That's another good pass.
And she's fouled.
Well, you're seeing Yarden Garzone also plays for Team Israel. She's a star at Maryland under Coach Brenda Fries, but she plays for Team Israel in the 2023 Eurobasket, averaged about 11 points per game, and that's her sister, Lior, who also played at Oklahoma State. So they've got a family full of athletes and basketball players. Her dad played, and that was the one who taught her how to shoot. And we've talked about what a great three-point shooter she is.
Yeah, incredible opportunity to represent her home country. Before Maryland, she spent 3 years at Indiana. She was the program's all-time leader in three-pointers made. She also hit 88 this season at Maryland. That led the Big Ten. She's just been a lethal three-point shooter.
And when you check that out, as you read a little bit about Amaya Joyner there, just to finish on Garzone, that leading Indiana in career three-pointers made, that was only in 3 seasons. So that's what kind of a lethal shooter she is. And then wanted to go play under Coach Brenda Fries. She loved her conversation there, loved the joy that Brenda brings to the sideline and the competitive fire. And they really had a great year for the Terrapins with Garzone in the Maryland jersey.
1:30 to play with. Here's Awala for Team Lieberman, working her way through the paint, and she gets the bounce.
Leslie, how impressive has the touch been for the post players and the forwards out in this game today when they get around the basket?
Especially Team Lieberman, 34 points in the paint. They've been going to work.
Like nice finishes, not just all off the bank. It's some hook shots, some nice touch, and mid-range shots too.
It's great footwork too.
See, there's Garzone again. You can feel her vibe on coming in.
That shot doesn't go. Minute to play in this third. Team Lieberman looking to extend their lead, but Timmons gives it right to Garzone. She pushes it ahead to Pryor, and she lays it in.
And where everything started there as Team Miller starts picking up full court is Pryor in an all-star game, most of the players have been going underneath the screen. Pryor went over top of the screen, and that's what caused that turnover.
Tanda able to get it out.
Oh.
And Owala is going to be fouled by Nicastro.
So Pryor coming over top of the screen allowed, look at that, over top of the screen, allowed our zone to get into the passing lane and get that deflection. Those are the small things that lead to big plays, especially when you get to the WNBA.
So this is Christine Owala at the free throw line. San Antonio native who played for Ole Miss. And Owala's got a cool story. Look at her. She was on game day, and she makes custom phone cases. Look at that.
I know, these were so pretty. They all matched each one of our ESPN colleagues out there. And I just love the way that she plays, the lightness that she brings to the court. She says she gets her hard work and attitude from her dad, Jude Owala, who actually went to pharmacy school here after being in Nigeria. And he would work a million jobs just trying to get her opportunities to hoop.
So Cheryl Miller calls a full timeout. Cheryl Miller, one of the legendary coaches we have in this game. And she gets to work with a great staff. Along with Alicia Berber, she has the legendary Ann Myers-Drysdale on her staff. We talked with her because her UCLA Bruins were in the game last night.
I know, we got to see her yesterday and hang out. We had to see her yesterday and hang out, but it was such a great conversation. We got to see what they're talking about in that huddle.
Right here, Mia, up the top. If you have it, we catch and shoot. If we don't, we take a dribble over. Go get Gardet. Gardet, catch and shoot. If we don't have it, you got to play two-man with Kyle and Gardet after that.
We got 20 seconds. We should get a 3 out of it. We've got to get a 3 out of it.
You guys can hit Kyle. You can hit Kyle at the top and play your little two-man play.
Take the time.
Look at Marina Mabry going to work in that huddle. And here's the other side for Team Lieberman. She's also joined by Stacey Lovelace, Kalea Copper, but also Julene Simpson, who is Nancy's teammate on the 1976 Olympic team. And they're actually going to be recognized tomorrow in the national championship game. First ever Olympic women's basketball team, they won the silver medal.
It was so cool to hear that between Julene, Nancy Lieberman, and Ann Myers, and what they were able to do and how they've been able to build up and grow women's basketball, and their impact obviously is still happening here today as they get to coach these All-Stars.
All right, less than 10 seconds for Team Miller here. Garazone will let it rip, and she hits a big three for Team Miller. Team Lieberman led by 16 in this third quarter, but they now lead by 6 heading into the fourth.
Well, we've got 3 quarters down, but oh my gosh, it's already a heater. Team Miller is making a comeback. They're playing fast, they're playing with pace, they're making things happen. Come on back for the fourth. We've got some popcorn happening here at the All-Star game.
The Women's National Championship game is tomorrow afternoon, 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific on ABC. South Carolina takes on UCLA. Our pregame special gets it all started at 2:30 Eastern, 11:30 Pacific, plus a special courtside presentation on ESPN and the ESPN app. Before we kick things off in the fourth quarter, let's take a look at some of the action these players got to have this week in their styling suite. They got some swag, their hair and makeup done because look at this media day, the photo shoot going on, and then of course the Skechers sneakers to kick things off.
What a nice glam shot, and those Skechers sneakers, those were so nice. They all were wearing them all throughout the combine.
And starting the fourth
Look at those colors, I need that.
Look at those.
Oh, the glitter. That would go good with our outfits.
I didn't see those. We gotta look those up.
Exactly.
All right, well, we got ourselves a game here. A steal from Fauntleroy, and a foul's going to be called. Team Miller trailed by as many as 16 points in that third quarter. They now trail by 6 at the start of the fourth quarter. Yarden Garazone had 5 points in the last few minutes for Team Miller. to kickstart that comeback. Here's Bailey Maupin to get things started for Team Lieberman in this fourth quarter. You've seen great defense from both squads as Fauntleroy lines up a three. They kick it back out to Gray. Maupin from distance. Too strong.
Another one by Iawala.
Just fighting for the rebound. They're going to call a jump ball. It's going to stay with Team Lieberman. 18 seconds on the shot clock.
And players, if you're listening and you play in that 3, 4, 5 position and your teammates are shooting up three-pointers, that's the most opportune time is to go get offensive rebounds. That was 2 in a row for Christine Iawala, getting their team a second chance opportunity. And that goes a long way for playing time with coaches.
That is 10 offensive rebounds and counting for the team in red. Turnover, and here comes Team Miller. Led by Nysia Pryor at the top of the key. She's got 12 points to lead Team Miller in this game. Only 5'3", and she's putting up some numbers.
And you can see what Team Miller is trying to do. They just listened from Marina Mayberry, who was leading that huddle, who just was picked up in the expansion draft, like you mentioned, to the Toronto Temple. Look at her coaching right there on your screen. She's pointing it out. But what they were talking about was the two-man action, which is what happens a lot in the WNBA. You get 3 players on one side, you get 2 players on the other, and try to get into your first and second option. And what they wanted to do was get Garzone the basketball.
Yeah, I loved how involved Mayberry is.
Yes.
And the energy she brings. Pryor with the offensive rebound. Here's a 3-point shot. That went off the mark from Gray. Pushing ahead, Maupin.
Maupin always has her eyes up. Oh.
Trying to find Gray underneath, but they give it away. Big opportunity here for Miller.
3-on-2 break, nobody stops Pryor.
She'll take that shot, but it goes in and out. Jess Timmons, 9 points. 3 for 7 from the field.
Look at Christine. She is orchestrating the offense right there. She was telling the guards where to go. And as a post player, that is huge when you have a point forward that's on the block, also orchestrating the offense instead of just the point guards.
She's up to 12 points, 4 of 6 from the floor.
So here's that 2-man game that Coach Mayberry was talking about.
Little Paige Bugs.
Woo! She is 1 rebound away from a double-double, and that is what she did at Baylor. Averaged a double-double this year, 10 points and 10 rebounds, the only player in the Big 12 to have that. As Pryor gets a steal.
Oh, we saw that a couple times yesterday at the Combine, and little Paige Bugs on the fast break. It's a 2-point game. The comeback, the resilience from Team Miller. They were down early. And they are making this a game here in the fourth quarter.
Yep, their defense, they've extended. They're playing with a little more pace and intensity out here. Right there, even Big Shea Kyle getting her hand on the ball.
This one gets poked around. Owala comes up with it. Maupin over Garzone. Wanted the foul.
Oh,
Timmons. She made one from the logo at the Combine yesterday.
Yeah, she made it literally right in the same spot.
Kyle, 6'6", goes up, gets it, and works her way around Owala.
There's that touch, and Pryor gives the movie star eyes because that was a nice lob play. Again, from the logo into Kyle. Pass was right on the money.
And we are tied with 6.5 to play in this fourth quarter. Maupin working around this defense. She'll let it rip. In and out. Big stop for Team Miller.
Good things happen when Pryor has the basketball in her hands.
Pryor shot from deep off the back of the rim. How about Pryor going for her offensive rebound?
Hey, that's the best play to make, is you know when it's going to go off. If you are shooting the basketball, is to go follow your shot. She almost pulls that one down. When she gets back in a defensive stance, I know I couldn't do that. Run all the way baseline to baseline like that.
That was incredible,
yes.
watching her shot, watching her run
yes.
straight to the rim. Wide open. Maupin, no. Fauntleroy. Chance Gray. Can't get that one to fall. Team Miller on a 6-0 run right now in this fourth quarter.
Look at Coach Mabry and Coach Miller on the sideline. They're saying exactly where they want players set up for this basketball.
Micah Gray, the best three-point shooter in this game. This is off a rim. Timmons going against Kyle, counted and the foul.
Well, it starts on the defensive end for Coach Miller. None other than Pryor trying to make stuff happen. Look at this excellent pass. You can't draw that up any better. And then the nice finish around the rim. Kyle's got such great touch. And to get the lead back is Timmons getting downhill. And do we have a game under 5 minutes here to go?
The back door. To D.A. Fair. Team Lieberman completes the comeback. For the win, Johnson the three.
Diamond Johnson with the win.
We got a history of some game winners, and I know we're gonna get one here tonight. The Celsius target score. Game clock right now, it is off. It's 10 points more than the team that's leading, so right now that number is 72. We've seen it in the past. We saw it last year with Diamond Johnson, and it's always gonna be an exciting finish in the Lilly Women's College All-Star Game.
It is always so fun. The entire crowd is gonna get lit up here, especially with Coach Team Miller coming back, making this quite a close game.
They trailed by as many as 16 in this game. But now Team Lieberman up 63-60 off the Timmons free throw. Here's Pryor, she's got 12 points. Little Paige Buggs leading the way with 14. Less than 10 on the shot clock.
Check out
Pryor's
this mismatch.
Ladine with some space. Her three-point attempt, no good. Here comes Timmons, charging ahead.
Wow.
Good read by Ladine. She got a hand on it.
She did. I was going full speed ahead from Timmons.
And she puts it in on the other side. Ladine going coast to coast. One-point game. Both teams trying to reach 72. Our Celsius target score. Maupin.
Nice
That
rebound.
one's tied up, and Harris puts it in.
The UNC Tar Heel, where 45% of her rebounds are offensive. So if you miss a shot, she's gonna go get it. What a great opportune time.
Every possession matters now in this stretch. From deep. Harris with the rebound.
What's been working for Team Lieberman in red is they're switching everything, and that's causing disruption for Team Miller on offense.
Harris pulls up and knocks it down. 4 straight points for Nyla Harris. (67-62). And the three's just not falling right now for Team Miller.
Harris again on the offensive rebound for both teams. When you have a target score, you can't just fall in love with a three-point shot and try to launch them up. You still want to work, get a piece of the paint, and move that basketball around.
Miller down by 5. Pryor with some moves, she leaves it short. Maupin one-on-one with Kyle, picks up her dribble.
She didn't want to go up against the 6'6" underneath. Oh!
In and out, Awala. Gets the offensive rebound, and she'll head to the free throw line. Foul's going to be against Ladine, 67-62. Now the target score is 72, so just 5 points away from a Team Lieberman win. Elliott checks in for Team Lieberman as Maupin takes a seat. And she misses the free throw. A 71% free throw shooter out of Ole Miss.
One of the things that Ewala really improved on this year is she said she was hesitating a lot. And she's like, I was putting in the work. I just got to bring more confidence. And that's where you see even in this game, All-Star game, she's been taking advantage anytime she has the basketball.
Great, quick pull up, and she knocks it down. 93 threes this season for Micah Gray, and she hits a big one here.
The Oklahoma State Cowgirl. She got to play her senior season at Oklahoma State. Homegrown, only 60 miles away in Oklahoma City.
And the Arizona State Sun Devil Elliott going to work. 3 points away for Team Lieberman.
Target score of 72.
Garzone.
Oh!
Yes! 1 point game!
They were trying to get Garzone that basketball here in the second half, and has she stepped up big for Team Miller.
All right, 3 points away. Ewala, her defender fell down. 71-68.
First team to 72 wins the All-Star game.
Here's Pryor. Elliott was on Gray.
Great defense by Team Lieberman. 4 seconds left on the shot clock.
Pryor's gonna have to drive, and she's blocked. Oh, but a whistle for a foul with less than a second on the shot clock.
Well, has this game been back and forth? It's Micah Gray from Oklahoma State stepping up big with that triple. And then it was Gabby Elliott right here from Arizona State finishing for Team Lieberman. Ewala sees her defender go down, finishing. Little reset. Team Lieberman almost to that target score.
71-68. Pryor at the free throw line for Team Miller. And this is the first free throw. Celsius target score is 72, so any next bucket made by Team Lieberman will be the game winner. And she makes the second, so 3 points away for Team Miller, and a timeout's gonna be called.
Remember, the target score is 72.
So both teams essentially one possession away from a game winner here.
Well, we could have hyped this game up for weeks. We knew it was going to be great with all of these top 20 seniors in the nation. But let's listen in to Team Miller first.
We're going to advance the ball. We're going to run that stagger again with Yarden and Gray. The ball. They're advancing the ball. We have to get a stop. That's on you guys. We got to get a stop. Get the stop. So we're going to go Gray, Yarden.
We're fouling. We're setting them to the foul line before. We want to end the game on offense. We're not going to give them a chance to hit a three and end the game. Okay? Ball goes inside, spacing, cut if she needs it one time. It's on you, okay? Everybody gain rebound after. If not, wait till they get across half court. Not automatic, but when they're making a move. Foul. Foul line, our ball again. We'll do it again, okay?
So Team Lieberman not letting Team Miller win on a walk-off three.
No, and it looked like the offensive play back to Christine Ewala from Ole Miss. She's had quite a heck of a game, 14 points and 8 rebounds for her. And she's just been dominant on that low block, so that's going to be their first option, is trying to get that ball into her.
And going off what Coach Mabry said in that huddle, she said, you guys have to get a stop. That's on you. That's their first goal in this possession.
Yes, that's always number one. You don't know how to draw that up any better and be like, hey, we got to get one stop. And if I was Team Miller, I'd switch everything and be ready to close out on shooters. And knowing that Ewala has had the basketball in the second half and scoring on the low block, that's why they have Shea Kyle, big Shea Kyle, 6'6", from Team Miller, guarding Christine Ewala on the block.
All right, here we go. A chance for Team Lieberman to win it. They get it into Ewala. Going one-on-one. Fading away from the bucket. But they call a foul on the floor. It's going to go against Kyle. And Team Lieberman will inbound underneath their own basket. They get it into Awala, but it bounces off her foot. But Gerzon not able to hang on, and it rolls out of bounds.
Ooh. Third opportunity here for Team Lieberman. The last two plays, they've been trying to get the ball into Awala. Let's see if they mix it up and try to go outside, then get it inside. There's your outside pass.
They get it into Elliott. Back to Awala. Going to work on Kyle, and the win!
No!
No way! No basket!
Well, Big Shay Kyle, you could see her intensity, and she was ready to foul on the floor. That's why she kind of grabbed her there. She didn't want her to get that continuation. But still. We're checking the fouls, and if it's a 1-and-1.
Okay, so it's going to be free throws for the win. If they're checking fouls right now. Because that was Team Miller's 15th foul. And if we remember, Awala missed her last two free throws, her last trip to the line. So here we go. Off of free throws, Christine Awala at the line. And she knocks down all she needs. Lieberman off the free throws takes the win over Team Miller.
The final score of this afternoon's contest, Team Lieberman 72, Team Miller 69. Fans, please stay in your seats for the presentation.
15 points for Christine Awala off the free throws, and they win it 72-69 over Team Miller.
Well, we got a glitter basketball. We've got a great all-star game.